Odyssey Online, a publication I'd never heard of before until today, has got a rather interesting article on why we shouldn't romanticize about the Joker and Harley Quinn's relationship. Yep, the left wing are taking on Suicide Squad. So, like I said, I don't know anything about Odyssey Online, but it sounds like a left-wing article, clickbait thing. And I found this going down my Facebook timeline. And now they say we shouldn't romanticize about Harley Quinn and Joker's relationship. Okay, what's their reason behind it? It's because it's an abusive relationship. Fair dues. We shouldn't be romanticizing about Harley Quinn's abusive relationship. I'll take that. That's a fair thing. However, I do think the writer is trying to create a feminist piece without understanding the nuances of the Joker and the Joker and the Joker and the world this franchise is set in. I'll admit I'm not the biggest Batman fan, but I know enough about it. So firstly, nobody should be in an abusive relationship. We'll just get that down now. If in an abusive relationship you're controlled, you're being beaten, leave now. That's the thing that needs to be said on that subject. I know it's hard. I do know it's hard, but if you can leave, go to a shelter or whatever. Firstly, does the writer understand the whole DC Batman Suicide Squad world? I don't think she does. This isn't meant to be pretty things and walking in the park. The whole Batman series is dark. This is the only comic book series where there's supervillains. This is the only comic book series where supervillains live in mental asylums. You don't get an Arkham Asylum in the Avengers. You don't get an Arkham Asylum in Richie Rich comics, or the Beano, or Dandy. This is meant to be a dark world where things aren't nice. So you've clearly the author's not grasped the world that this comic lives in. Nor does she grasp the Joker. The Joker has no humanity left in him. He is the closest you're going to get to pure evil in a comic. And the character is so dark. He's caused Heath Ledger to kill himself. I know with Jared Leto playing the Joker now, it's probably quite hard to forget about Heath Ledger. But Heath Ledger killed himself because of what went on in his mind after playing the Joker. And even Jared Leto said it was a scary place to be. So, the Joker's not right in the head. At this point in time, I'm not excusing him physically abusing Harley Quinn, but you need to know the mindset the Joker is in. Then we come to the major point in this. If you're romanticizing about an abusive relationship in a comic, you need to know the difference between fact and fiction in your head. I'm sorry. It's an alternative world. It's a this scary comic book alternate reality. The DC universe is. If you can't break down the difference between fact and fiction, you need help. I'm sorry, you need help. And if you think, oh well, this movie has domestic violence in it, you need to see and domestic violence, and you think that's okay, you need to see a therapist. Enough said. Easily enough said on this. I think if this is causing you to go into an abusive relationship, and if this is making you romanticize about an abusive relationship, and you want to follow that, you need to go see a mental health professional. But apart from that, that's all I can say on the subject. Again, I'll link the article down below in the description. Just so you can read the article. I think I got halfway through it and read the comments. I'll admit that, but I got the main gist of the article. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Peace.